Okie dokie, I think we'll get started today on today's webinar. Morning, everyone. I hope that you are all well. I can see a few of you have dropped in, so we're going to get started with this. I wanted to say thank you all for joining today. I hope that you're all well and safe. And I think the good news is that we are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel after the whirlwind of a year that we've all endured. It's going to be a great one today. We have Seabourn on, and they have just launched their exotic itineraries, and they have some amazing offers on them at the moment, some of the best I've seen personally in years. We will have a special spotlight today on the Caribbean sailings, which is going to be great. Really excited for it, and hope that you are too. We'll get on to a little bit about myself and who Panache Cruises are before I hand you over to Lucy, who will be hosting the event today. My name's Katy, and I have worked in the luxury cruise sector now for over 9 years. And I've been at Panache Cruises. I've been really lucky to be here from the start. It's been absolutely incredible, and it's great to work for such an amazing company. During this presentation, we want to give you an insight into life on board and to also give you more information on the exotics itineraries, current promotions, and of course, we will have a great exclusive event offer for you at the end of this webinar. Before I do hand you over to Lucy, I'll explain who we are and what we offer, or what our services are that we offer. So we specialise Panache Cruises in elite ocean, river cruising, expedition and yacht style cruising. We have been founded by James Cole, who is a successful cruise entrepreneur, and he is a real cruise veteran. He's very well known and respected in the cruise industry, and he's led some fantastic and successful brands as well. Most of us here have been really lucky to work with James previously, and between us we have a combined knowledge in the cruise industry of over 100 years. At Panache Cruises here, what we like to do for you, we like to look after you right from your inquiry up until you get back home from your cruise. We offer bespoke holidays suited to your needs, where we will match your requirements to ensure that you have the best holiday and booking experience with Panache Cruises. Nothing's too much trouble here, and we do live by that motto. So we'll take care of you, almost anything for you, whether that be all your shore excursions. We will arrange all of them for you, right down to the finer details of hairdresser appointments on board, spa treatments. We'll book all of that for you and take care of you. It's all about the personalised service here at Panache Cruises, and we do pride ourselves on that. At the moment, more than ever, it's really important for me to point out today that there is some great confidence messages with Seabourn too, with some low deposits, reduced prices and relaxed payment terms. It really is a great time now at the moment to make a booking for the future and to look ahead with everything. Especially now that everything is coming a little bit more clear and what things will look like in the future. I just want to point out as well, before I do hand you over to Lucy, and she talks about the amazing itineraries today, is that there is a little chat box at the bottom. If you just hover near the bottom, for you to ask any questions, and we will answer them at the end. I know that we have got a few already to answer, but we will answer them at the end for you. But I hope you enjoy it today, and I'm going to pass you over to Lucy. Thank you very much,
Katy. Thank you. So thank you everyone for joining this morning. And as Katy said, I'm going to talk a little bit about Seabourn, and we're going to specifically talk about the Caribbean itineraries that we've just launched for the exotics program in 22-23, but are of course also available for the end of this year. But first of all, I'm going to go through the Seabourn difference with you, and just give you a bit of an overview of Seabourn as a brand. But my name is Lucy Harris, and I'm Business Development Manager for Seabourn. I've worked for the brand for around 5.5 years now, nearly 6 actually, and I feel really lucky to work for such an incredible brand. I have been lucky enough to sail with us a couple of times, And I've just shared a few pictures here with you. So in the top left there, that's me taking part in the Ventures by Seabourn program, where I went kayaking in Norway. I was absolutely rubbish, but just so you know, you don't have to be very good at it, because they will tow your kayak if you can't keep up with everyone else in the group. Doing some alfresco dining there in the Mediterranean, and obviously that's a lovely thing to be able to do on Seabourn, that you've got that more relaxed cruise experience. And of course, a glass of champagne out on my balcony. I cannot wait to get back on board and be sitting on a balcony sipping some champagne and looking at the ocean. And I think all of us are really excited for when that time comes again. So firstly, I'm going to go through the Seabourn all-inclusive difference with you, and what it is that we provide on Seabourn that makes us so special overall. So we're part of Carnival Corporation, which of course means that we're part of the largest cruise corporation in the world. So we're really lucky to be part of that company. But we offer small ship, ultra luxury cruising with a private club-like atmosphere. So our maximum sized ship is just 300 suites. And there's lots of space on board in loads of different areas. Pretty much all of our suites do have a balcony as well, so that you've got that extra space to enjoy when you are sailing with us. We offer an all-inclusive luxury experience, so you don't need to worry about tipping, you don't need to worry about your drinks or any specialty dining. It's all included as part of your fare when you are on board. All of our suites feature ocean fronts, double vanities, a separate bathtub and a shower, walk-in wardrobes, and of course a separate dining area as well. Being smaller ships means that we're able to visit lots of different tiny islands, hidden harbours and marquee ports, the destinations that the larger ships are unable to access. And we're able to spend longer in those places as well. So as an example, in somewhere like Monte Carlo, you would wake up right next to all of the yachts next to you, rather than having to do a tender or a transfer to get into the city. We have lots of incredible partnerships on board that I'll speak to you a little bit about in a moment. One of those being Molton Brown, which is something that we're incredibly proud of, because we are the only brand that they have ever co-branded with, and we have our own exclusive scent that you are only able to get when you are on board Seabourn. So this here is the current fleet. So we have 3 Odyssey class ships, the Odyssey, the Sojourn and the Quest, which are just 229 suites. The Encore and the Ovation joined more recently in 2016 and then 2018, and they have 300 suites on board. What you'll see there is that the eldest ship in the fleet was built in 2009, so she's just 11 years old. But we do have the newest and most consistent fleet in the ultra luxury cruise industry. So what it means for you when you're looking at your holiday with Seabourn is that you don't have to worry about what vessel it is that you're sailing on. It's all about the destination, because the experience that you get on each of our ships will be the same, and the layout of all of the ships is the same as well. So if you've been on the Sojourn and then you come back for a holiday on the Ovation, you will know your way around the ship. Those ships just have an extra deck, and they're slightly wider in order to accommodate for the extra suites that we've got on board. The Seabourn Venture is our brand new ultra luxury expedition ship that will be joining us at the end of this year. She'll have 132 veranda suites, and we're really excited for her to be launching. So she'll be doing her first season sailing out of Greenwich for her inaugural sailing, before doing some departures in the Arctic following the Northern Lights. And then a second expedition ship will join the fleet next year. So the Odyssey, the Sojourn and the Quest have 90% veranda suite accommodation, and there's 229 oceanfront suites on board. The Encore and the Ovation feature 300 all oceanfront veranda suites. As I mentioned, the layout is exactly the same. The only extra thing that this ship does actually have is a sushi restaurant, which is near where the grill is on the other ships. And it does also have a retreat area at the top of the ship, which you can actually see in that image there where you've got the canopies. So you're able to hire separate areas with TVs and sunbeds and things if you want an area a little bit more exclusive when you're on board with us. And it is the Ovation that will be doing the departures in the Caribbean for 22-23. So we've got a slightly bigger, newer ship doing those departures, which we're really excited about. So the Seabourn all-inclusive difference, I've mentioned quite a few of these things already, but something that we really pride ourselves on is that having the finest resort at sea. So we like to think of ourselves as an ultra luxury hotel that just happens to be at sea. I mentioned you can dine al fresco, which is something really different, and it's one of my favorite dining experiences that I've had on board actually, just because it's so different. All the dining venues are complimentary, and the food on board is absolutely amazing. We do have a partnership with Chef Thomas Keller, who in the US has multiple Michelin stars across a few restaurants. And he helps design the menu items in all of our restaurants on board. But we do have an exclusive dining experience with him called The Grill by Thomas Keller, which is a chop house style restaurant. So you do need a reservation to eat there. But as I mentioned, it is complimentary, and everyone will have the opportunity to dine there at least once on their voyage. But I recommend speaking to your cruise agent at Panache, and they will be able to get that booking made for you for the special occasion or the specific night that you would like whilst you're on board. All of the suites will feature an in-suite minibar. Again, if you speak to your agent at Panache, they'll be able to let us know what your preferences are, so we can make sure that that is fully stocked in the bar in your suite for when you arrive on board. So there's amazing different things that happen on board Seabourn. These are just a few of them, because I want to speak to you more specifically about the Caribbean, I won't go through all of them individually, because I think we'll touch on quite a few of these as we go through the Caribbean differences. Partnerships that we've got on board, I've mentioned a few of these already, but a few of the other ones that are really important to us are a partnership with Sir Tim Rice, who's obviously an incredible musical theatre lyricist, and we do have an incredible exclusive show with Sir Tim Rice in the Grand Salon once per cruise, where he appears as a hologram and talks through his amazing career, and then the Seabourn singers and dancers will perform the amazing songs from his work, so Evita, The Lion King, Aladdin, Chess, etc. But it is amazing, and I highly recommend going to see that when you're on board. Our partnership with Unesco is another really important partnership to us, and we are the official cruise line partner for Unesco, but it means that we're able to take you further into those incredible destinations. And when you go on one of our Unesco tours, we do donate money to the World Heritage Fund in order to be able to restore and to keep those incredible sites going. So I've just got a quick video to show you now, which details what I think is the main thing on Seabourn that makes us so special, which is our service.
If you like extraordinary stories, here's one about a birthday in the international date line, which, as you may know, separates one day from the next. What you may not know is that if you're celebrating a birthday on one side of it, and your crew is as thoughtful as ours, you might find yourself celebrating 2 nights in a row, like Mrs. Cortez. Or what about a tale of overcoming the odds starring Mrs. Martin and her wedding ring, which, during an island stop-off, slipped off into the abyss, gone forever. Or so she thought. Then there's the story of the one ingredient that changed the course of the night's dinner, when both chef and his guests discovered a local flavour which sent taste buds tingling, hearts racing, and became the new star of the night's appetizers. A small touch, perhaps, but we believe that when you focus on the small, it turns into something really big.
So they are what on Seabourn we call Seabourn moments, but they are all absolutely true stories. And I love that story about the lady losing her wedding ring and us diving down to go and get it for her. I do always think maybe she took it off because she wanted a bigger diamond or something. But either way, it's just incredible that we went down and got it for her to present it at dinner. And that's what makes Seabourn so special. It's those incredible moments that you have on board with the service and the staff on board, where they just make you feel so special and make sure that you have the most incredible holiday with us. So we do have curated voyages that visit all 7 continents, so we go absolutely everywhere. We've just launched our Exotics 22-23 programme, so we've got sailings going to Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Antarctica will be part of the expedition programme, Panama Canal in South America, and of course Caribbean, which we're going to talk a little bit more about now. So we are on sale through to the beginning of 2023 at the moment, and we have some incredible new sailings. So we are going back to Japan, which we haven't done for quite a while. So there's incredible new itineraries available with Seabourn, and we are of course on sale for summer 2022 as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Caribbean. As I mentioned, we've got the Seabourn Ovation that will be moving to the Caribbean for the winter of 22-23. So we're really excited that we're going to have one of the newer and slightly bigger ships that's out there. So just 300 suites for 600 guests on board. But the Caribbean programme for us is something really special and important to us. Because we do so well in sending lots of UK guests there. So it's a really important destination for us. And our itineraries are really special because we have a smaller ship. We're able to go to some of those ports that the bigger ships are unable to go to. So we have hand-selected itineraries that include lots of boutique ports, so lots of hidden harbours where the larger ships are unable to access, which is why we call Seabourn's Caribbean programme our Uncommon Caribbean, because we're not going to be following the big ships around. Obviously, it means that we're able to offer long days in all of the different ports that you're going to. We do departures from Barbados, St. Martin, or we do have some departures from Miami as well. But of course, for lots of our guests in the UK, the Barbados itineraries are really popular because it's so great to put together with a couple of nights in a hotel before you go, or it's just so easy to fly in and out of Bridgetown as well. So there's lots of different departures available for you, and they include 7-night departures from Barbados or 14-night departures from Barbados. So there's an option of different length of itineraries. We do have some 10 and 11-night itineraries as well. So these are the sailings that are available for the end of 21 and 22, and then available for the following year as well. So you can see that we're visiting lots of different ports. So places like Guadeloupe is always really popular on our itineraries, Martinique and St. Kitts as well. And you can see there an image of our caviar in the surf beach party, which we're able to do on our itineraries. So we also have sailings that depart from St. Martin and also from Miami. We do have holiday sailings available if you would like to go over Christmas or New Year in December. And these itineraries are already booking up for the end of this year and proving quite popular. So the picture that you saw a moment ago showed our caviar in the surf beach party and barbecue. So it's a really exclusive experience and something that our guests that go on our Caribbean itineraries really love and always want to come back for as well. So we bring out all of the champagne and the caviar from the ship, and then we stand in the sea or out on the beach with you as well and serve you caviar and ice cold champagne whilst you're enjoying your beach day. So it's a really different and special experience for our guests, and we do it in a few different ports. So it isn't just one port, which means that it only happens on select Caribbean itineraries. It's available in ports on multiple different locations within our Caribbean programme. We also have our exclusive Marina Day. So on this day, we bring out water sports from the back of the ship. So you can see there an image. We open up the back of the ship and we bring out boats, kayaks, banana pedlos, banana boats, etc. And we do that in select ports as well. But we bring it all out for our guests for you to enjoy a big beach party, basically. But it is the most incredible experience. And again, something that all of our guests always rave about and really look forward to on their cruise with Seabourn. We offer shopping with the Chef Excursions. So this is something that we actually just saw in that Seabourn difference video about the service. So in select ports, we do an excursion which is complimentary, where you go off the ship with the chef on board and learn about the regional markets and see what they're going to pick for their ingredients that they will make in the dinner that evening. So you're able to really get involved in the culinary experience that's on board, and you'll have an expert Seabourn chef as your guide on this tour. So we do this, tends to be one port per cruise, and we do it in other destinations as well, but it's a really popular experience. So something that lots of our guests really enjoy being able to do, because again, it immerses you in the local culture, which is really important for people when they are on board our ships. Because we do these excursions as well, of course, it means that we have regionally inspired cuisine. So we use local and seasonal produce in all of the different ports, and we bring that back on board to be able to serve you in the evenings. And of course, in the Caribbean, it means that you're going to have access to lots of incredible seafood as well. So we change the menus in all of our restaurants daily, but in places like the Earth and Ocean at the patio area, where you've got an outside alfresco dining area, it's really lovely to be able to dine outside and have all of the regional and local cuisine served to you. We also offer an Epicurean deck event. So we do this as part of our party at the end of the cruise, where you have the officers on deck, but we use lots of, again, local produce like cheeses and pâtés and things. And we serve heavy canapes, and you say bye to all of the guests and things that are on board, and say thank you to all the guests and the people that have helped you and assisted you throughout your voyage. But that deck event is always incredibly popular and a highlight of lots of people's Seabourn voyage. We also have a Let's Dance deck party and offer movies under the stars events. Obviously in the Caribbean, because it's a warmer climate, it means that we try and do as much out on deck as possible so that you're able to enjoy the incredible destination and weather that you're in. So there's lots of areas on board for you to obviously be able to mingle outside, and these deck events make it extra special in the evenings for you to have a reason to be out there and enjoy the experience. We have our Seabourn Conversations program. So this is like a lecture program, but on board Seabourn, we call it Conversations because it is a conversation. We don't just have people that fly out, do a lecture and then go home again. We have lots of special guest speakers that will be on board throughout the whole voyage, including historians and destination experts. And they'll be there to have conversations with you if there's something that you're particularly interested in. If you miss any of these talks because you're out in port, then you will have them recorded so that you're able to watch them in your suite later that evening as they're recorded for you to be able to access. So these are really popular on board. We do sometimes have different culinary talks and things as well. So if you wanted to maybe do a tequila tasting, then that's things that have been known to happen in the Seabourn Conversations program as well. So I mentioned we have an exclusive partnership with Unesco, which enables us to offer exclusive access to different sites through our official partnership. So in the Caribbean, that means that we're able to offer different tours into Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park in St. Kitts, lots of different sites in Puerto Rico. So we're able to give you access and further access than you would get on other tours into these sites, as well as the expert destination knowledge, because you're going to have those UNESCO experts with you on those tours. Another foodie event, so hopefully you like your food if you're looking to sell with Seabourn, but we do a Galley market lunch, which is a signature culinary event where you can walk through the galley and see everyone preparing food and things in the evening and eat different canapes and foods and things out there. But the galley tour is so interesting because of course on Seabourn the food is so amazing. It's so interesting to see all of the care that goes into the operation on board, and also how they get everything to how they get it. So it's a real it's really interesting in terms of insight into how they do everything on board, but it's a really popular event again with our guests on board. So that's the Caribbean programme. As I mentioned, it's now on sale for 22-23 as well, and it does include flights. So air will be included as part of the fare when you book with us, and Panache will be able to book all of that for you because they have everything available for them to be able to put it together. And of course, they'll be able to do anything specific or special that you would like them to do with it. But it's on sale for 22-23 already, as well as for the end of this year, and it's booking fast. So if you're interested in going, definitely have a look soon. And of course, we do have an exclusive event offer, which we will mention to you in a little moment. So we were just going to do the presentation today on the Caribbean, but we have had some rather exciting news recently that we wanted to be able to share with you as well whilst we had you on today. So we have just announced that we will be sailing again from July 2021 in Greece. So we're going to be doing departures out of Athens for 7 nights, or there are some 14-night departures available through to October. So this will be the Seabourn Ovation doing these itineraries, and we're so excited that we're going to finally be getting back to service and having guests on board our ships again. So it went on sale on Monday, so it's available now. It's booking fast and already proving really popular. I know I can't wait to get back on board, and I think our guests obviously cannot also wait as well. So we've got 2 different itinerary options. They all go into Greece ports, and they have 1 Cyprus port as well. So the first itinerary is the heart of the Aegean. It's a 7-day itinerary, round trip from Piraeus for Athens, and we visit Agios Nikolaos in Crete. And obviously in Crete, there's some incredible excursions that you're able to do, including being able to visit Spinalonga, which used to be where the land of the lepers. So if any of you have read The Island by Victoria Hislop, you'll know what I'm talking about. We also have visits into Rhodes, Mykonos and Nafplion as well. And in Nafplion, we'll be going to be able to offer the Marina Day, which I spoke to you about in the Caribbean programme. The second itinerary is Gems of the Greek Isles. Again, it will go round trip from Piraeus in Athens. It will visit Patmos in Cyprus, and then it will also be Paphos in Cyprus, and it will also be visiting Patmos, Santorini, Rhodes, and going back to Athens. Again, we will be offering the Marina Day on these itineraries, so they will be in Patmos and in Spetsi. So you will be able to back these itineraries to make a 14-day voyage if you're interested in going away for a little bit longer. And it seems that lots of our guests are interested in doing a slightly longer itinerary because, of course, we haven't been able to go away for a little while. So why not go for a little bit longer? So this itinerary is called Wonders of the Aegean, and it just backs to back the two itineraries. So I mentioned the Marina Day will be available on both of those cruises. So we've got it in select ports. There's 3 different ports that we'll be offering it in, and you'll have unlimited access to water sports, including pedal boats, banana boats, paddle boards, water skiing. So it's a really great day, and something that we're really excited that we're going to be able to offer again this summer. So that's everything in terms of itineraries, but obviously there's so much more available. So if there's any other destinations that you're interested in that Seabourn visit, because as I mentioned, we go everywhere, then get in touch with your agent at Panache and they'll be able to help you with that. So in terms of offers that we've got available for you at the moment, we currently have our 10% early bonus savings. So if you buy now and pay in full by the end of June, then you can save up to 10% on select voyages. We also have our Stay Connected campaign. So this offers you complimentary internet packages of up to 90 minutes. And if you book a penthouse or a premium suite on board, then you will receive unlimited internet. We do have an exclusive event offer today with Panache Cruises. So if you book a cruise for summer 2022 and beyond, so this will cover our Caribbean program for 22 and 23 as well, then you will receive an exclusive $200 per person onboard credit. So that will be from a week from today that you've got to use that. So definitely worth getting in touch with Panache for that exclusive event offer. So that is everything from me. I know that I've covered quite a lot and gone through it quite quickly. But obviously we have got the Seabourn presentation that went through an overview of our brand as a whole that is available through the Panache website and YouTube channel as well. But hopefully that's given you a little bit of an insight into our amazing Caribbean program that's coming and that we'll be sailing again from the end of this year, but also our new Greek island itineraries, which are available from this summer. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Lucy. That was amazing. I think the caviar in the surf looks amazing. I definitely didn't know about that, so you learn something new every day, but that looks absolutely incredible. And those Greek itineraries are brilliant too. But
we're so excited.
I know. I have got a few questions from during the webinar, if it's okay to ask you some, Lucy.
No problem.
Thank you. So one of the questions is, as our government's travel policy is dynamic, should we say, what guarantee have we got on bookings if we are not allowed to travel?
So we do currently have our book with confidence policy in place. So if you book a cruise that departs before the end of this year, then you're able to cancel for any reason up to 30 days before you depart, and then you can have an FCC for the full value of your cancellation fees.
Amazing. Thank you for that. And just one more. Will Seabourn allow private excursions or casual visits to ports on their sailings, or are Seabourn's excursions included in the new Greek Isles itineraries?
So we're not including excursions in the itinerary, so we don't include them as standard in the fare that you pay. There's obviously, things are changing all the time. We're working with the Greek government, which we have been doing really well in order to be able to organise these itineraries. And obviously, as we're going into Greece, it isn't yet confirmed whether you will need to do a private excursion or if you'll be able to go off on your own. I would check back onto our website because obviously that's being updated as soon as we get any new information. But I recommend booking tours if there's stuff that you would particularly like to do, because they are always really popular, and it of course means that you're able to get some of those exclusive visits and things that you're not able to if you get off the ship on your own anyway. But the shopping with the Chef Excursion and things, that is always included, and the Marina Day and things as well is always included as well.
Brilliant. Perfect. I think that's answered a lot of questions on people's minds at the moment, so thank you. Just as Lucy's mentioned, we do have the exclusive $200 per person for summer 2022 and beyond, which does cover the Caribbean sailings. So that is available for the next week or so if you do make any bookings. I will also just mention, I know a lot of people may have some future cruise credits, so please just make sure that you check the expiry date on these, and if needed, Panache Cruises will endeavour to work with you to ensure that we can get these extended if needed. So that isn't a problem at all. If there is any questions that haven't been answered today or anything that you would like to know, I can answer them. So if you just want to drop me an email, and I'll answer any of them for you, or you can call me on my number there that is displayed on the screen. What we will also do is, if you've missed anything today in this webinar, we'll pop this onto an email and send this over to you too, so you can rewatch it if you've missed anything. But hopefully Lucy and myself have inspired you today to start planning your next trip. The future is definitely bright. But thank you so much for everyone for joining today. Yeah, it was a great one. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you.
Thank you.